Welcome to Happiness Matters Podcast Edition. I'm Goddess Valentina, the Healing Goddess. I have a passion and quest to help anyone whose heart is open to receive love, enlightenment, and just a heartfelt message. I will continue to add to the universe light and inspiration for the people. When you feel better, you do better. I want to introduce you to my shop, my channel, Happiness Matters. What is this about? Why does this even exist? Who is Goddess Valentina? Many years I was lost. I knew the divine God existed. I've been born Baptist and went to Catholic and Lutheran schools. I've done all of the bells and whistles, studied the books from A to Z, still couldn't find a connection, had no idea what all this stuff was. In my later years, I've taken a journey through the course of studying all different kinds of religions. What do they have to offer? Why are people drawn to these faiths? And what healing can come from it? All the tools and things I've discussed, I have been and have done everything to get me to where I am today. I have to thank all the faiths out there and all the work that they have done and they've given. But I realized that there was a missing piece, a connector that needed to be happening for me and maybe for many other people. There's a lot of people that say that they're spiritual. They are not connected to any religion or faith. And I was in that pool too. I was born in a particular faith, but nothing was jiving with me, And when I started to study more and to look at wonderful channels here on YouTube, oh my God, there's amazing teachers out here on YouTube. They were my teachers, my mentors, and they were wonderful to respond back if I had questions, and absolutely lovely people. So when I started to apply the tools that I've learned, I started to see transformation. I actually had to unlearn everything that I've learned. I had to unlearn everything and to relearn and transform my mind with the most highest enlightenment and positivity, because I wanted to ensure that my happiness was secure, that my happiness matters, that I wasn't just basing my life on my own intelligence. I wanted something higher. I wanted something more enlightening. And that's how Happiness Matters was born. It bases on my lost self. If I had me today, if I had me that's created today, and if the lost self Tanya would have been able to find me or a person like me, my goodness, I would be so far along the game. But I had to go through the journey to get to where I am now. So I'm able to give these wonderful messages and tools. The divine works through me, and in the mornings I get divine inspiration and I just act. I don't think. I don't question. I take a journal, I write the thoughts, and I act and I create, and that's what I'm supposed to do. And when everything is flowing from you and you're not in your head, that's when all the blessings come. And emotional pain, I'm very passionate about people who are suffering emotional pain. I think mostly everybody has some sort of emotional pain, but different degrees of it from time to time as your life goes on. And I always said to myself, because I used to get hit, I used to get slaughtered out there with people. And there's a lot of emotionally unhealthy people with low moral compasses. And the vibe out here today and what goes on today, it's really very unhealthy. And most people know this, but in order to survive, they just get into the pot. No, get out of the pot. Cleanse yourself and purify yourself and try to ascend higher. Someone that was complaining to me one time, she was just like, all I see is these type people. Where are the happy people? I said, the happy people are having fun, not being around miserable people. And she looked at me. I said, happy people are at a higher, different vibration because they've learned the tools. Either they were born that way, had good, solid family background, morals, high moral compass, parents, or they've learned to be this way. Doom and gloomers, happy people don't hang around them because negative energy is very strong as well as positive energy. And if you're in that positive space, you're going to want to stay there. So emotional pain is passionate for me to help just neutralize it, and help let people know that they're loved and they're cherished. And you're not the victim. If you're still walking, if you're still alive today, then you are a gladiator. Because some people just don't make it from emotional pain. It's just too great and they take their life. So if you're still here with us, that means you're a gladiator, you're a warrior, you're still in the fight, you're in the game. I salute you. I salute you. And this is what this channel is about. And I created an Etsy shop and I have a WordPress just to keep putting the word and the light out there. I have tools of enlightenment. I created these beautiful cards, and it's all of the wisdom that I've learned over the years. And I put it in a beautiful deck of cards, created everything from scratch. And the divine works through me, and the angels work with me. And when I'm in deep meditation space, my left hand is used, and I feel the heat and radiation coming through my left hand. And if I just glide my hand, the divine they just pull my hand with heat, and I have the right cards that's selected. I'm not psychic or anything. I'm claircognizant, the gift of right knowing. But that's when I'm in tune. When I'm not in tune, when I'm thinking of things or a little like I'm really in my human self, like in the world, I lose connection. I have to really focus, center myself, and then the gift opens up and I'm able to help people. And this is my quest, to enlighten and to give hope, to give wisdom, to shift your thinking in a way that will heighten your life. And so I created enlightenment reading. I also believe in spiritual bath and purification. And a lot of the faiths, bathing and purification is mandatory, a must. And I know if you're just spiritual floating around, I can assure you the average person is not doing purification. They're not cleansing themselves. And so I have created angelic blends incense, which is personalized for you. When I'm into meditation space, I work with around 100 different herbs, and I say your name and where you're from, and I just wait for the connection, and then the herbs are selected. I don't do the selection. The divine does. And so it's the same thing with the purification bath. The herbs are selected as well for you. And it's a personalized formula. As you go through your transition of ascending, your herbs, some herbs will remain the same and some herbs will change. And I've been tracking that, and it's very interesting. When I'm working with clients, they might have the same 5 and then the other ones change. And so it's like, wow. So you could see that there's a shift in their energy, that they're working on themselves. And as you go higher, you need different clearings. And clearings help move the static energy. When you're very unconscious of what you're doing in your life, you are racking in static energy, negative energy. You could be building karma. And if you're not asking for forgiveness and having gratitude, you're not cleansing yourself at all. It's a mess. And good people can bring damnation into your life because they're unconscious of their unhealthy behaviors. They could have a good heart, but behavior wise, unhealthy. You could know and do good things, but be gossipy, negative. You could be mildly pessimistic, sarcastic. You could just have some real kind of sketchy ways about you, but that doesn't mean that you're not a good person. It just means that there's behaviors that need to be healthier. Okay? This is important because if we can get more healthier people out here, we can help slow down the emotional pain and suffering that people are going through. Cleansing our wombs, for females, cleansing ourselves and releasing that trauma and all that energy that we hold in our womb space. There's so much problems with fertility, and we're just holding in so much garbage down there. We need to release all that energy, and I work with tuning forks to rejuvenate and recalibrate your body to its natural harmonic rhythm. I love doing that practice. And enlightenment readings and steamings and purification baths. This is my shop on Etsy, and the messages, I love doing messages. I get inspired all the time. So eventually I'll have a lot of uploads on this channel. And I want to reach people who just like to read on WordPress and to send those messages out to them, and get them inspired. And I want to contribute to this earth because we all have gifts. And what is my part in this? And these are my tools that the divine has worked through me to give of pure heart and nature and of love. And this is what I'm doing. And it's only going to get bigger and broader. And, I'm just excited. I don't care what faith you have or what's going on in that arena. But spiritually, these are the core things in my channel that we will discuss that is universal. If you have these core things rooted in you, you will have the connection. And you may not ever go to a particular faith, but you'll be connected. If you have a faith, you will have the connection. It will make your connection stronger. Because we're working on moral compass and behavior and mental thought. This is what we're working on. It's never about anyone else. It's about you and how you are viewing the situation and what healing that you need. There's a wonderful doctor, Dr. Hugh Lin for Ho'oponopono. It's something that Ho'oponopono is an excellent cleansing tool, and I'll definitely in my channel discuss it. It's absolutely wonderful. And I just lost my thought here. It's an experience. Is what's in me? Why am I feeling uncomfortable with this situation? What triggers? What has happened to me that when I'm in this situation, I feel like this? Because there could be somebody that didn't have your experiences. That don't have that same experience. And you need the cleansing in that. And it's never about anybody else. It's about you. If you're not happy in your marriage, why? Is it always the other person causing damnation to you? Could be. But how do you co-contribute to that? How do you fix it? This is what we're going to talk on this channel about taking accountability and responsibility for yourself, your mind, your thoughts, and your actions. And it's work that a lot of people don't want to do because it's easy to look outward. This work is all inward. You need to feel. You need to get out of your mind and feel. Open up your mind, your heart, your crown chakra, and let the divine work through you and through your heart to radiate the light that you need to be. So This is how Happiness Matters was born. Maybe I'll create a spiritual university just to teach the wonderful gladiators out there, to give them some enlightenment tools so they can go back into their lives and just be victorious, you know? So that might be coming soon, Spiritual University. Anyway, thank you for coming to this channel. Hope that you enjoy, you know, the enlightenment and lessons. Hope you can get something from it. And if you can't, and if you know someone that could, pass it along. Share the love. That's what this is about, sharing and growing. So thank you so much for your support and listening to me. And this is Happiness Matters Podcast Edition. I'm Goddess Valentina, and sending you a beautiful healing light of the rainbow. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.